Namaskar, greetings to everyone. दिसंबर 2020 को बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है। आज की सुबह एक बहुत ही विशेष कार्यक्रम है और ये एक स्पेशल प्रोग्राम होने के संदर्भ में हम इसको 11 बजे कवर कर रहे हैं। तो आप सब लोग हमारे साथ YouTube पर लाइव जुड़ रहे हैं। आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत है। आज की सुबह हमारे साथ हैं प्रोफेसर एम गोयल जी, जो कि फॉर्मर वाइस चांसलर हैं। वो आज के हमारे डिस्टिंग्विश्ड स्पीकर हैं, एमिनेंट स्पीकर हैं। और जब हम न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आत्मनिर्भर भारत बने, तो उस चीज की पूरे कॉन्सेप्ट को नीडोनॉमिक्स के साथ जोड़कर, नीडोनॉमिक्स क्या होता है, और प्रोफेसर एम गोयल जी को लोग नीडोमोनिस्ट भी कहते हैं। और ये जो नीडोमोनिस्ट जी हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं आज नीडोनॉमिक्स के लिए, फॉर मेकिंग इंडिया आत्मनिर्भर भारत, उसी के ऊपर आज हमारी चर्चा रहेगी, हमारे विचार रहेंगे, प्रेजेंटेशन रहेगी। सो वी एक्सटेंड ए वेरी हार्टी वेलकम टू प्रोफेसर साहब, Honorable former Vice Chancellor, and we extend a hearty welcome to all our distinguished guests world over and in India. Ladies and gentlemen, International Chamber for Service Industry, ICSI, since 1994 is in your service. We focus on NRIs and we focus on service sector. When we talk about service industry, education is a part of services. And during this pandemic, like health services, wellness services, medical services, doctors, nurses, and paramedical people are doing great job. Similar way, our teachers, our educators, our counselors, our technocrats, they are also doing great job. And in fact, whenever I have been watching, hearing, reading Professor M. Goyal sir, there's so much to learn from him, and there's so much he shares the wisdom, knowledge, and futuristic approach. Ladies and gentlemen, our chamber from morning 9 till evening 9, 12 hours is in your service, and we all are working on live beaming, streaming across the world, different continents, different countries. किसी को किसी तरीके की कोई भी सहायता चाहिए, we are having everybody from the world over with us. We are having approximately 24 to 25 programs per week, and all are dedicated to education relevance. शिक्षा को प्रासंगिक कैसे बनाएं, शिक्षा, कौशलता और उसके साथ जुड़ा है उद्यमिता। ये तीन चीजों को जब हम लेकर चलते हैं, तो हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम इस पूरे प्रयास में ये लेकर देखें कि हम एजुकेशन को रेलेवेंट कैसे बनाएं, बच्चों को स्किल्स कैसे दें। So all the programs which are on different themes of education, we talk about youth and teacher empowerment, we talk about water management, we talk about Swami Vivekananda's teaching, we go to Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we go to India's Upanishad, then we go to ASEAN, then we talk about micro, small and medium enterprise, then we talk about Ayurveda, and then every Saturday and Sunday evening, we have got non-resident Indians. Yesterday, Suhana Singh ji, she joined us all the way, from Houston, from Texas, and she was with us. फिर बच्चों की डिमांड पर हमने एक स्पेशल प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट किया है दोपहर के 12:30 बजे रोज हिंदी के अंदर, कि आज का युवा क्या चाहता है, एंड दैट्स काइंड ऑफ ए मोटिवेशनल टॉक व्हाट वी हैव गॉट. आवर चेंबर, व्हाटएवर we have collected the data, statistics, and once we have synthesized, we have come to know the world has to now get back to basics of life. B2B is no more business to business, it is back to basics. And when we talk about back to basics, it's very important to understand कि एक sustainable development का मॉडल होना चाहिए. अब sustainable development में क्या है? आपका बेसिक भोजन, आपका बेसिक स्वास्थ्य, और उसके साथ आपकी शिक्षा, आपकी एजुकेशन. और एजुकेशन में भी अब आप समझ लीजिए, इट इज अर्न एंड लर्न, दोनों चीजों को साथ लेकर चलना पड़ेगा. बच्चों को अपने माँ बाप का सहयोग भी देना होगा, साथ भी देना होगा. Whatever human mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, that's what is our belief. So we extend you a very warm welcome. be a part of our journey, be on board, be in our train, be in our flight, wherever you are, we all are together, and that is the way we have to move on. Professor Madan Mohan Goyalji, the former Vice Chancellor and the Needonomist, this morning we extend a very hearty welcome to him. He's a researcher, he's a guide, he's an orator, he's a prolific writer and experienced in education, governance in universities under state, center and private sector. He possesses 40 years of teaching experience, including 16 years as a professor of economics at Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. If you all remember, I've got a deep emotional bond with Kurukshetra. When I was with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, I started India's first MBA tourism, and that started in India for all of us from Kurukshetra. Lieutenant General Balaramji was the Vice Chancellor, and it was a pleasure. We had Professor Dwivedi and one more person. He had administrative experience of 16 years in the various capacity as a Vice Chancellor, JNU Jaipur, Director Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, and then Shri Perumbudur, if you remember, an institution of national importance appointed by the President of India, Pro Vice Chancellor Veer Kumar Singh, University Ara, State University of Bihar, Dean of College and Social Sciences, Chairman of Department of Economics and Department of Journalism at Kurukshetra. कुरुक्षेत्र तो वैसे भी रणभूमि है, कर्म भूमि है और देवभूमि है, जिसको जो भी कहें आप कहें, तो कुरुक्षेत्र का तो इतिहास में और उसी तरीके से प्रोफेसर मदन मोहन गोयल जी का भी बहुत कंट्रीब्यूशन है शिक्षा प्रणाली में. प्रोफेसर गोयल जी हैज इंटरनेशनल रिकॉग्निशन. He was first ICCR, that is Indian Council for Cultural Relations, chair professor in South Korea at Hankook University of Foreign Studies, Seoul. Wow! तो आज हम कोरिया के बारे में भी इनसे जानेंगे कि उनकी एजुकेशन की प्रणाली में और हमारे में क्या है. He was bestowed upon the honor of Ambassador for Peace recognition by the Universal Peace Federation and Jim Professor at School of Indic Studies, Institute of Advanced Sciences, Dartmouth, USA. Professor Goyal Sahab was conferred Rotary Foundation Award for International Understanding in 1983, which provided him the opportunity to be India's representative in USA, UK, and Canada. He has also been in South Korea, Sri Lanka, Australia, Norway, and Malaysia, Indonesia, besides Nepal. At the national front, Professor Goyal sir was honored in 2018 with Dr. S. Radhakrishnan Education Excellence Award by Indian Institute of Oriental Heritage, Kolkata, NAC. Bangalore has also utilized the services of Professor Goyal as chairperson, member coordinator, peer team several times. One of the distinct honor a professor involved in research can have in the publication of book Economics, a research journey with Professor M.M. Goyalji, edited by Dr. Pradeep S. Chauhan and published by VK Global Publications on Retirement. I personally feel nobody retires. The only thing is you change your occupation and reoccupation. His area of research in economics of human resources development and Indian economy. He has 445 publications to his credit. He has established his credentials in economic journalism and development communication. Professor Goyalji has served as the editor of the Kurukshetra Research Journal of Arts and Humanities and Journal of Haryana Studies. In addition, as the chief editor of Kautalya, Kautalya Shastra bhi bada important hai. He is on the editorial board of Finance India. He has drafted intellectual property right, IPR policy of Kurukshetra as nodal officer, IPR cell. He enjoys the status of spiritual citizen. Wow! As intellectual on speakingtree.in with 171 blogs. What a pleasure. Monday morning, beginning of the week, 7th of December 2020, and we have got such a distinguished, decorated, honorable Professor Madan Lal Goyalji with all of us this morning. We extend him a very warm welcome. It's a pleasure to have you, sir. And it's indeed a great, long-awaited moment. We wish we could have got you earlier, but it's always a pleasure whenever you get the distinguished guest any point of time. It's always great learning for all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to have a wonderful interaction and presentation and deliberations with Professor M. Goyalji. Hearty welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma ji, for speaking kind words about me. I am grateful to you for providing me this opportunity to share my thoughts on a very important topic, Needonomics for Atamnirbhar Bharat. Honestly speaking, I am a resident of Kurukshetra, student, teacher and researcher of Kurukshetra University. People know Kurukshetra, but sadly for Mahabharata. Being a humble teacher, I want to tell Kurukshetra as a place is the first ever university on the planet. I repeat, Kurukshetra as a place is the first ever university on the planet because the objective of a university is to get knowledge. And the best possible knowledge has been given by Lord Krishna himself in the form of Bhagavad Gita.
Wow.
Bhagavad Gita is the neutral, religion-free treatise on management, relationship management, and welfare economics. To move on the ladder of success with morality, opulence, victory, and empowerment, believe that Lord Krishna and Arjun is with us. And that is called Ek Shloki Gita. If you put it in Google search engine and write down Ek Shloki Gita, you will get a shloka. Yatra Yogeshwar Krishno, Yatra Partharo Dharudhar, Tatra Sri Vijyo, Bhumardhuta, Netarmatra Man. Meaning thereby to move on the ladder of success with morality, opulence, victory, and empowerment, believe that Lord Krishna and Arjun is with us. Sharmaji, you know more than me on Gita, and I'm grateful to you for giving me the opportunity to listen to a great scholar, Satyendra Dhimanji, every Sunday for the last 3 months. And I'm simply a nursery student of Gita, but I consider Gita as my guru, which is the heart of Krishna, and I have been following Bhagavad Gita as my guru, which has 700 shlokas, 18 chapters. But I was sharing with you that when Mahabharata was over, Lord Krishna and Pandav shifted to Dwarka. No, sorry, Indraprastha in Delhi. At that time, it was a celebration mood. Everybody was enjoying, eating together, dancing together. One day, Lord Krishna told Arjuna that I want to go to Dwarka. Arjuna said, you can go to Dwarka, but kindly give me the message of Gita again. Lord Krishna told, it is not an action you play which can be done again and again. But if you want, I can give you some message. And that message is called Anugita. Anugita is a means after Mahabharata. Lord Krishna told Arjuna that when I was talking to you in Mahabharata, I was talking to you about moksha. But one can get moksha only after death. And after death, nobody knows what is going to happen. But if you want, I can give you the message of this Anugita, which has 1,040 shlokas in 36 chapters. If you know about Mahabharata Parvs, Gita is in 6th Parva, whereas Anugita is in 14th Parva. It has a wonderful message which is relevant for all of us, and I place on record that Dr. Gulshan Sharma is basically called Jivan Mukti Prap person, which is the message of Anugita. Anugita talks of not moksha, but Jivan Mukti. There are a number of shlokas in it. We may find the opportunity to talk about that later, but let me come to the topic of discussion this morning, that is Needonomics. Although I have been promoting the concept of Needonomics single-handedly, but relevance of needs and its economics is as old as civilization. You know very well, we have been getting more goods, many goods as per the needs and spending money to buy it and producing it by the producers. The adage, necessity is the mother of invention, rightly explains the importance of needs. There is no dearth of literature on Indian economic thought relevant to justify Needonomics. Maharaja Agrasen, who is contemporary to Lord Krishna, was instrumental in promoting Needonomics in a big manner when he was giving 1 rupee and 1 brick to every person entering into his territory in his kingdom at Agroha, that have your own business, thrive here, exist here, and excel here. Not only that, he was talking of 25% spending on corporate social responsibility, which we talk about now, but he was spending at that time. And he was justifying 25% saving, which is relevant not only for the business, but for taking care of all other needs of the society. Mahatma Gandhi has been talking about the earth possesses sufficient to satisfy needs, but not greeds. There's one economist, J.K. Mehta, who has given the principle of wantlessness, meaning thereby we have to confine to needs and we should not go in for just creating desires, wants, and demands, which there is no limit. The principle of Needonomics, economics of needs, is based on shloka number 22 of chapter 9 of Bhagavad Gita. Anyanya chintanto mayojana paryupaste tesham nityabhyuktanam yogam kshemam bhamyam. Sharma ji, you may recall it that the logo of LIC of India, yogam kshemam bhamyam, your welfare is our responsibility, and I have been able to drive, promote this concept of Needonomics practically flowing from yogam kshemam bhamyam, meaning thereby, if at all we want to survive, we want to exist, we want to excel with Atamnirbhar Bharat, we have to accept Needonomics as a common sense approach, which is ethical, non-violent, and spiritual in nature, and says no to greed, authenticating economic thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi. We have to understand benefits and wide scope with strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges analysis of Needonomics for global economics with globalization for Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the word is one family, and spiritually guided materialism strategy. Sharmaji, I have developed the concept of globalization means think globally, act locally, which is relevant to understand, analyze, adopt Needonomics as well as Atamnirbhar Bharat. We have to do what in Atamnirbhar Bharat and in Needonomics, and what not. Why not? When not, where not, for whom? This question should ponder over in the minds of every stakeholder of the economy, including consumer, producer, distributor, trader, policymaker, and politicians. Politicians both in power and opposition, so that we can understand what Needonomics is and what Atamnirbhar Bharat is. People know about WW, but we should not waste our energies in worries. Rather, we should work without worries with positive mindset for achieving the objectives of Atamnirbhar Bharat. Let me tell you, whatever we are doing in Bharat, we have to understand that Bharat is the only country which is called India in English dictionary. Bharat people know, Bha means knowledge, Rat means seeker, Bharat is a knowledge seeker economy from the very beginning. That is why we claim the status of Vishwa Guru, because we have been talking of knowledge. And India, which was created in the English dictionaries as independent nation, declared in August, sadly. But presently, the new India vision of India should be understood as independent, non-violent democracy, integrity, and amity. To make India incredible, we have to understand what is there, our strength, what are our weaknesses, what are our opportunities, and what are the challenges for the Indian economy. You were asking me, provoking me to say something about South Korea, where I stayed. Let me tell you, we share Independence Day with South Korea, Sharmaji, but we have to learn many things from South Korea. Honestly speaking, South Korea is ahead of us, 100 years ahead of us. They are only 5 crores producing many electronic goods which are being used around the world. I am also using Samsung phone. I'm using Centro car made by Hyundai, and almost all electronic products being supplied by that small, beautiful country. But do you know why, Sharmaji? Sharmaji, they have a culture called Palli Palli culture. Palli Palli culture means hurry up, quick, quick. Whereas in our culture in India, we always talk of haste makes waste. जितनी जल्दी करोगे उतनी देर हो जाएगी. But we have to learn something from South Korea culture, that is Palli Palli, hurry up, and be quick in taking decision very quickly. Sharma ji, Needonomics has stakeholders. Society as a whole, I have conceptualized society as all minus I. I myself is not society, but around me is society, around you is society. So when we talk in terms of society at a global level, at a national level, I always say that one should see around I. Today, you have given me this opportunity to speak this international community of the globe and understand the issue of Needonomics. And I have basically talked of 4 actors in the society. Presently, when we are having COVID crisis, the global economy as well as Indian economy is in recession. And we have 4 actors: consumers, producers, distributors, and traders in that. Sharmaji, when you and I was a student, we were called to understand producer as a hero, because there was a law in economics: supply creates its own demand. But today, this law has become obsolete. Today, consumer has become a hero who demands whatever want to be produced, and that demand is to be supplied by the producers in terms of goods and services. Therefore, I treat consumer as a hero of Needonomics, economics as such, and goods and services as a heroine. As in Bollywood and Hollywood, no story is complete without the role of a villain. So it is our duty to identify the villains who are creating problem for a hero, the consumer, to meet the goods and services. And these are basically distributors, traders, policymakers, and above all, politicians, when they unnecessarily make hue and cry on the issues. I have identified some issues which I would like to share with you. All the citizens, including consumers, producers, distributors, and traders, have to accept the realities of economic crisis of COVID in terms of slow growth and recession in the economy. We cannot simply say that as a frog of the well, that we are doing excellently, we are a golden sparrow, and we are living in a virtual world today. When we talk in terms of Atamnirbhar Bharat, let me make it clarify. Atamnirbhar Bharat does not mean simply self-sufficiency, which is pursued as an objective in a closed economy, which we did till fourth five-year plan. But now Atamnirbhar Bharat needs to be understood as self-reliant economy. Self-reliant economy means where there is international trade and we have favorable balance of payments. In that sense, we have to pursue the objective of Atamnirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. We will have to understand, adopt Needonomics for Atamnirbhar Bharat as the strategy of survival, existence, and excellence of every Indian. I am of the considered view that Atmanirbharta needs to be understood in that perspective, that we are basically talking in terms of soul consciousness. And I believe we must have faith in the capabilities and capacities with disciplined lifestyle by understanding power of worship with devotion to succeed in our endeavor of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Altruism, basic needs, and commitment for the society are the implications of Needonomics required for saying no to most of the problems caused by greedonomics. I call it economics of greed. Therefore, the time has come when economics needs to be divided in two parts: economics of needs, which I call Needonomics, and economics of greed, which I call greedonomics. And let me honestly tell you, Sharma ji, greedonomics is the cause of causes of all the problems: terrorism, corruption, discontent, discrimination, all kind of crimes we are doing today in the society. That is because of greedonomics. And if we want to say no to all the crimes, all the corruptions, terrorism, we will have to understand, analyze, interpret, and adopt Needonomics. We have to face the Chakravyuh challenges. As you know, in Mahabharata, Abhimanyu caught in Chakravyuh challenges. Similarly, now in India, when we talk of solving many problems of the Indian economy, even during COVID crisis, you know very well that economy is in recession, and recession is caused not only by supply chain management which has been broken, but there is a demand side also where people don't have purchasing power. In that sense, we will have to basically study the socio-economic problems, including Cobra effect. You know, Sharma ji, that loan is a problem which has created debt at the individual level, at the national level, and economy. And I believe it is like a cobra that if we go on for taking loan, not able to utilize it properly, not able to return, we will be basically becoming bonded labor as used to be long ago. But now in our country, we are not taking it that seriously, and we are simply increasing the non-performing assets. And to get rid of all that, we will have to adopt Needonomics as a key for Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is self-reliance, which can be an insurance of Indians and India to go ahead for solving our problems. So for the other stakeholders of the economy is concerned, we have to make consumer-friendly approach in our country. Sharma ji, let me show you one thing. What I am showing to you, Sharma ji?
दिखाइए दिखाइए, ये आपके हाथ में पेन है?
पेन नहीं है शर्मा जी, इट इज ए वाटर filter, pen type water filter, which can be used to purify the water.
Oh, अच्छा जी.
Meaning thereby, we need this kind of product for everybody to have a pure, safe drinking water. But I have not told you the price of that. If I say it cost $500, probably you may not be interested to buy it. But now the marketing strategy should be how to make it affordable. Sharma ji, if I say my man will come to you for 365 days and he will charge just 1 rupee per day for 365 days, meaning thereby I have made it affordable and I have priced it worth of it. Presently, the market is full of goods. Malls are full of products. All departmental stores, all shops are having lot of goods. And we are thinking of solving the problems of our economy by introducing micro, small, medium enterprises which are producing, but the market is full of goods and services. In that scenario, how to afford marketing of the products which are already there in the market? And for that, Needonomics I have used for international marketing, which I call need, affordability, and worth, which is basically focusing on the need-based priorities in choices of all kinds, not only by the consumers, but by the producers, distributors, and traders.
Hmm.
Presently, we have been talking of deficits. We are suffering from coefficient of distrust. Deficits including fiscal, revenue, budget, primary, trade, and above all, trust can be addressed by reducing the coefficient of distrust. To work for Atamnirbhar Bharat without worries, we have to be soul conscious as real education. Since you have been talking about relevant kind of education needed today, I have conceptualized real education as proper, productive, and practical use of hands, head, and heart. Meaning thereby 3P use of 3H. And we have to search out whether National Education Policy 2020, which is a 66-page document and talked of primary education, secondary education, higher education, professional education, we have to find out whether it is a real education or not. Now, being an economist, I am worried whether we should consider real education really relevant for employment. It's a very important issue. Most of the programs which are going on in the country today, are they able to give placements? Are people able to get the jobs? I believe you study any educational program, but job opportunities are available only in marketing. And for that marketing, what you need is you need communication skills, you need selling skills, you need marketing skills. And for that, we have to compromise the balancing between demand and supply of education which we are giving. Honestly speaking, we are doing supply of education without bothering about the demand. Most of the educational products we are producing, they are not employable. Many of them are careless, many of them are useless. How to make them careful, useful, relevant for the society needs real education that I talk about, proper, productive, and practical use of hands, head, and heart with soul consciousness, and to be part and parcel of Atamnirbhar Bharat. Let me honestly tell you, Atamnirbhar Bharat can be a success story, can be an insurance like LIC policy if we go in for real education as proper, productive, and practical use of hands, head, and heart. We, to achieve the objective of Atamnirbhar Bharat, we need to become street smart. Street smart is a concept. If you look in the search engine, smart is available. India has been talking of smart city, smart police, but if you put it in Google search engine, you will find people are over smart. People are stupid smart. How to make them street smart? It is the responsibility of we teachers. How to make them street smart? They must understand the environment around us. Environment is that we are in recession. Recession is caused by supply side bottlenecks as well as demand side when we don't have purchasing power. So as consumers, producers, distributors, and traders, we need to become street smart, and we must know the limitations and the problems created by COVID crisis. Without this, it will be very difficult to survive, exist, and excel. And we have to confine to needs, which I call needonomics. To become street smart consumer, producer, distributor, and trader, we need transparency. We have to stop this double behavior. We have to take care of inside and outside. Transparency has been talked about in my beloved country through RTI. But let me tell you, Sharma honestly, that RTI is being misused, abused, and we could not create the culture of transparency through RTI. But now artificial intelligence is in play, and I appreciate place on record the uses of artificial intelligence, which is being used online for everything: online teaching, online learning, online business, online banking. But artificial intelligence has its misuses also. We have to be alert, aware, and awake with Vivek for this artificial intelligence. We have to take care of the cyber crimes. You might be knowing that Prime Minister Modi ji's Twitter handle was basically hijacked. Therefore, we have to avoid all these kind of misuses of artificial intelligence in the name of transparency when we are going everything online. We need to be responsive. We have been wasting our time like anything. I was telling to you that we delay things unnecessarily, and we have to learn here from that Palli culture of South Korea, where we talk about hurry up, and be quick. The time has come when we will have to adopt 24 hours, 7 days model. We cannot delay the things. Certain things we have to do it in 24 hours. Certain things we have to do it in 7 days. Certain things we have to complete in a month. And yesterday I was looking at certain things that the decision making should be quick. Presently, the country is suffering from agitations by the farmers. We could have thought of taking them in confidence before basically going in for these acts. But now the time has come that we have to be very quick in taking decisions in solving the problems. We have been wasting our resources like anything, time and money, in terms of target oriented approach. We are very ambitious, having targets, having objectives. Targets are to be fulfilled by 31st March, which is a ritual day in my beloved country. Our financial year starts on April 1st, which is a Fool's Day, but we continue on 31st March investing their resources. As an economist, as an economist, I cannot afford, I cannot allow anybody to waste the resources like this. Which heaven is not going to fall if the money is not utilized by 31st March. Let it be available to the people to be used in April, May, June. And most of the seminars, now webinars, are being organized everywhere. But we have to provide the funds for result orientation of the economy. We have to become action oriented. Morality is the name of the game. Needonomics, economics, if without we are doing without ethics, it is like eyes without sight. Morality is the name of the game. We have to confine to needs. We have to justify our expenditure, spend it judiciously, then only we can think of solving our problem. Simple is the most important attribute of smart model, and I would like to explain it. Mahatma Gandhi has been talking of simple living and high thinking, but I believe in simple living and no thinking. No thinking does not mean that we should not think. We should think of those things which are in our control, and we should not think of those things which are not in our control. And that is the message of Bhagavad Gita also. We have right on our actions. We have control on the things which we can do, and we should not worry unnecessarily, waste our energies for worries which are basically creating problems, not only for self, but others also. Sharma ji, I have developed this smart and simple model in my book, Economics of Human Resource Development. And simple is a beautiful word, and I call it model of human development. Here in we talk of emotional quotient development. Gone are the days when we were talking of IQ. IQ has become obsolete even in education because IQ is being purchased by machines, your laptop, your smartphone. Today, we can be better than these machines through emotional quotient. Emotional quotient means motivating ourselves, empathizing with others, not sympathizing. And with this, we can certainly go in for better human resources which are required for sustainable human development, and achieving the 17 targets of sustainable development goals which we have to achieve by 2030. Love oneself attitude is very important, Sharma ji. Although Bollywood and Hollywood talk of I love you, ilu ilu, but I always talk of love oneself attitude, which is needed today. Oneself has soul. Soul is immortal. When soul is immortal, meaning thereby death rate is zero. Why fear then? Fear of death. Fear of death is false evidences appearing real. Sharma ji, physical body is to die. Everybody is to die. You have to die. I have to die. And death rate is 100%. Then why fear? Let it be replaced by fearlessness, by assuming myself as a soul and be guided by soul as a guru, as being talked about in Gita, which is my guru as well as the heart of Krishna. We have to have physical development. Sharma ji, physical development is a very important issue in COVID crisis. You know, World Health Organization has gone in for a health protocol. According to that health protocol, we have to have physical distancing, we have to wear masks, and we have to wash our hands again and again. Honestly speaking, Sharma ji, before COVID crisis, I used to go to temple every day, but now I don't go to temple, but I consider my physical body as a temple, and I worship it and take care of not only my food, but going for exercises regularly. Therefore, the health protocol of WHO has to be adopted for physical development because a sound mind lives in a sound body, and health is a wealth. And here I would like to tell you, Sharma ji, that this WHO protocol has internationalized India. Our Namaste and Namaskar has become international, global, because physical distancing doesn't allow shaking hand, doesn't allow hugging. Therefore, it is a mental uh, brain has to be considered that basically our Namaste has internationalized as Indianization being globalized. Mental level development. We believe in blame game, war of words. Everybody is accusing others. Politicians accuse bureaucrats, bureaucrats accuse politicians, teachers accuse students, students accuse teachers, and everybody is raising a finger on others. But let us have an introspection. We have to change our mindset, we have to change our looks, we have to change our actions, we have to change our words to make it love the land. Without this, it is not possible to achieve the objective of Atamnirbhar Bharat. I have an intuition as an economist. I believe that India is going to emerge as a world leader, not only because of our ranking in terms of per capita income, becoming 5 trillion economy, but it is because of spirituality. Let me tell you, the rate of progress in spirituality is faster than the rate of progress in materialism. And I believe this spiritually development strategy, which I call spiritually guided materialism, is practically flowing from shloka number 22 of chapter 9, which I have already explained to you, which is being used by LIC logo Yogam Kshemam Bhamyam, which is basis of concept of Needonomics, and God, Lord Krishna has promised to satisfy our needs and not greed. To conclude, let me tell you that I have a website. The listeners can open this www.needonomics.com and find out the elaboration of the conceptualization of Needonomics. And in my writings in my blogs, 171 blogs in Speaking Free of Times of India, I have deliberately written many things as a Needonomist, talking of the relevance of Needonomics for reviving the global economy, Indian economy, and making India Atamnirbhar. To work without worries for Atamnirbhar Bharat, we have to be soul consciousness as the real education needed today, in addition to proper, productive, and practical use of head, heart, and hands. We have a problem, free rider problem. Sharmaji, Muftkhori has developed in my country to such a level that we will have to adopt the effective implementation of the user pay principle. We have to learn from United States. The only thing I have learned from US when I went there in 1983 is that they pay whatever they use. Therefore, user pay principle need to be implemented in our country for solving the problem of free riders. मुफ्तखोरी की आदत को खत्म करना होगा. The biggest challenge of Atamnirbhar Bharat is overpopulation, Sharma ji, which must be controlled through public cooperation. Legislation may not solve the problem, but we need to have cooperation of the public for solving the biggest challenge, that is overpopulation. Atamnirbhar Bharat is an opportunity for getting global leadership, including permanent membership of Security Council of United Nations without asking for, by adopting Needonomics and becoming street smart. Sharma ji, I believe completely, absolutely, and wholeheartedly, if we adopt Needonomics and street smart model, India is going to emerge as a global leader. We are going to get permanent seat in Security Council without asking for. We will have to address the illness in behavior of all the stakeholders in the economy, including consumers, producers, distributors, traders, policymakers, and politicians, both in power and opposition. To become Vishwaguru, we have to learn Gurudom of the self as soul with awakening, awareness, and alertness. To succeed in our endeavors of Atamnirbhar Bharat, we need faith in the capabilities and capacities with disciplined lifestyle by understanding the power of worship with devotion. With these words, thankful to you, Sharma ji, for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत ही अच्छा. Right from your heart. Our special thanks to you. It was such a wonderful, right from your heart, which has come. आप थोड़ा पानी ले लीजिए, थोड़ा पानी ले लीजिए. I would request you take some water. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. First of all, our special thanks and gratitude to you for such a wonderful presentation, and you have done so much of work on it. मैं कुछ एक चीजें आपसे प्रैक्टिकल जानना चाहूंगा. एक एक करके हम थोड़ा सा टाइम 10 मिनट हम डिवोट करेंगे, एंड मैं कुछ चीजें आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
लेट अस स्टार्ट फ्रॉम कोरिया. कि जब आप कोरिया गए, आपने कोरिया विजिट किया, कोरिया आपने देखा. आप पानी लीजिए, साथ साथ पानी लीजिए, बिल्कुल इनफॉर्मल वे में, बिकॉज दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट जी. ओके, तो मुझे ये बताइए कि उनकी पॉपुलेशन 5 करोड़ है, हमारी पॉपुलेशन 138 करोड़ है, तो दोनों मॉडल तो अलग अलग है. तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए, आप ये बताइए.
शर्मा जी, जब मैं एयरपोर्ट से सियोल शहर में जा रहा था,
हाँ जी,
मैं सभी टैक्सीज पे लिखा था,
हाँ,
सियोल इज द सोल ऑफ एशिया.
ओए होए, अच्छा.
सियोल इज द सोल ऑफ एशिया. लेकिन खेद की बात है कि वहां रहने वाले व्यक्तियों को सोल के बारे में कोई जानकारी नहीं.
अच्छा जी.
और वो बेसिकली वर्क कल्चर में विश्वास करते हैं। वर्क इज वर्शिप फॉर देम।
ओके।
और वहां गली गली में रेस्टोरेंट बने हुए हैं। घर में खाना उनके यहाँ नहीं बनता, बल्कि वो नॉन वेजिटेरियन है। और पूरा मार्केट जो है रेस्टोरेंट से भरा हुआ है। लेकिन एक बहुत गंभीर बात बताना चाहूंगा, वहां चाइल्ड लेबर नहीं है।
अच्छा जी।
बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात कि जितने भी रेस्टोरेंट्स में हम वहां गए, वहां पे महिलाएं तो थी, लेकिन वहां कहीं भी चाइल्ड लेबर नहीं
था। वेरी गुड, वेरी
तो
गुड।
हमें उनसे दो बातें, एक तो वर्क कल्चर की, दूसरा जो उनका पल्ली पल्ली कल्चर है। पल्ली पल्ली कल्चर को जब मैंने समझा, उसमें ये महसूस किया कि वहां बर्फ बहुत पड़ती है। पूरे साल में मुश्किल से 4-5 महीने लोगों को काम करने का मौका मिलता है। तो इसलिए वो दे वर्क लाइक ए बी।
अच्छा जी।
और जब काम करते हैं तो उनको किसी तरीके का वो नहीं है। और मार्केट में जो चीजें देखने को मिलती हैं वो हम यहाँ सोच भी नहीं सकते। ऑल्दो जबकि वो बहुत सी चीजें चाइना में बनवाते हैं। चाइना में लेबर चीप होने के कारण कोरिया की बहुत सी चीजें, बहुत सी कंपनियां चाइना की लेबर को यूज करती हैं, लेकिन क्वालिटी का कोई मुकाबला नहीं। आपको भी पता होगा कि क्वालिटी जो चाइना के प्रोडक्ट्स की है उसका कोई मुकाबला नहीं है। दूसरी बात शर्मा जी, आपने जैसे मेरे पूछी कि हमें साउथ कोरिया से क्या सीखना चाहिए, मैं अपने उद्बोधन में एक बात रिपीटेडली कह रहा था कि अगर हमने आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनना है तो हमें आत्मा के ज्ञान के साथ साथ डिसिप्लिन्ड लाइफस्टाइल भी अपनाना पड़ेगा। मुझे आपके बहुत से प्रोग्राम से पता चला कि आदरणीय डॉक्टर गुलशन शर्मा होलीनेस इज आल्सो ए आर्मी ऑफिसर, कैप्टन।
मेजर जी,
मेजर शर्मा जी। शर्मा जी, ईमानदारी के साथ बताऊं आपको, कोरिया की सक्सेस स्टोरी का कारण वहां 5 साल की कंपलसरी मिलिट्री सर्विस है। हर स्टूडेंट को मिलिट्री सर्विस करनी होती है। वहां कुछ लोग हेरा फेरी तो करते हैं कि उंगली काट लेंगे जिससे कि उनको एग्जम्पशन मिल जाए, लेकिन बाय एंड लार्ज लोग मिलिट्री सर्विस करते हैं।
वेरी गुड।
एक तो
करेक्टर बिल्ड होता है,
करेक्टर के साथ साथ जो फौज है उनकी, फौज के यस देशभक्ति। और हम वो अवेकन्ड कंज्यूमर भी बनते हैं, प्रोड्यूसर भी बनते हैं, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर भी बनते हैं, ट्रेडर भी बनते हैं। तो मेरा ये एक सुझाव है भारत सरकार को कि बेरोजगारी की समस्या को ध्यान में रखते हुए, ऑल्दो जैसे आप नई शिक्षा नीति पर बहुत गंभीरता के साथ अपने वेबिनार्स ऑर्गेनाइज करते रहे हैं, लेकिन दो पहलू मैं आपसे यहाँ डिस्कस करना चाहूंगा कि अर्थव्यवस्था में डिसिप्लिन के लिए डिसिप्लिन्ड मैन पावर चाहिए होती है, डिसिप्लिन्ड ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज चाहिए होते हैं। उसके लिए हमने इस न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में क्या प्रावधान किए हैं, मुझे खेद के साथ आपसे शेयर करना पड़ेगा कि इस न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में स्पोर्ट्स का कहीं जिक्र नहीं किया गया।
किसका जी?
स्पोर्ट्स का।
स्पोर्ट्स का?
हाँ, जबकि
लेकिन स्पोर्ट्स को तो इंटीग्रल पार्ट कर दिया गया। इट इज नॉट करिकुलर, एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर, को करिकुलर।
नो, इट हैज टू बी इंटीग्रेटेड इनटू आवर एजुकेशन सिस्टम। खास तौर पे मैं बात ये कहता हूँ कि स्पोर्ट्स को हमें जो महत्व देना चाहिए वो हम नहीं दे पाए हैं। हरियाणा में हम लोग जब मेडल मिलते हैं तब उनको प्राइजेस देते हैं। यहाँ मैं एक बात शेयर करना चाहूंगा शर्मा जी आपसे कि हमारी प्राइवेट इंस्टीट्यूशंस में हमने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तो बहुत क्रिएट किया है, चाहे वो स्पोर्ट्स का ले लें। स्पोर्ट्स ग्राउंड्स बहुत बढ़िया बने हैं, स्टेडियम बहुत बढ़िया बने हैं, लेकिन उनके पास क्वालिफाइड मैन पावर नहीं है। और उस मैन पावर के लिए अगर गवर्नमेंट स्पोर्ट्स अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया के माध्यम से कोचेज उपलब्ध करा दे, इसी तरीके से एनसीसी के, एनएसएस के, मिलिट्री सर्विसेज के प्रावधानों को यूज किया जाए। तो मेरा ये मानना है कि हम आत्मनिर्भरता को न केवल भारत की समस्याओं का समाधान करने के लिए, बल्कि विश्व लीडर बनने के लिए, जिसमें हम आर्थिक दृष्टि से भी एक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग इकोनॉमी बन सकते हैं, जिसके लिए हमें दूसरे देशों से सीखने में गुरेज नहीं होना चाहिए। जैसे मैंने साउथ कोरिया की पॉलिटिकल कल्चर की बात की, इसी तरीके से अमेरिकन कल्चर में भी जो यूजर पे प्रिंसिपल है, उसको भी हमें लेटर एंड सेपरेट अपनाना पड़ेगा। मेरा यह मानना है कि हमारे देश के पॉलिटिशियंस हमें जो फ्री राइडर प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, उन्होंने ही फार्मर्स को मुफ्त बिजली, मुफ्त पानी की बातें कर करके बर्बाद कर दिया। क्या आज का कोई नेता आज की इस डेट में ये कह सकता है कि हमें कृषि के ऊपर कर लगाना चाहिए? मैं एक नीडोनॉमिक्स के तौर पर आपसे वादा करता हूं कि अगर फार्मर्स को उनकी प्रोडक्ट की उचित कीमत मिलती हो तो उनसे सरकार टैक्स भी ले सकती है। और आपने सुना होगा कि एक जमींदार बहुत दिलदार होता है, वो गन्ना नहीं देता लेकिन भेली दे देता है, सुनी होगी कहावत आपने। मेरा ये मानना है कि सरकार का ध्यान अगर इस तरफ हो जाए कि फार्मर को हमने उनके पदार्थ की उचित कीमत देनी है, तो हम उनसे टैक्स ले सकते हैं उसी रेट पर जो टैक्स हम दूसरे लोगों से लेते हैं, कॉरपोरेट सेक्टर से लेते हैं। तो मेरा ये मानना है कि हमें देश की समस्याओं को आत्मनिर्भरता के लिए अगर समझना है, तो हमें सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स को, चाहे वो कंज्यूमर्स हो, चाहे वो प्रोड्यूसर्स हो, चाहे वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स हो, चाहे वो ट्रेडर्स हो, उनकी समस्याओं को गंभीरता से लेना होगा और बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस को, चाहे वो अमेरिका की हो, चाहे वो कोरिया की हो, उनको अडॉप्ट करना होगा।
वंडरफुल। एक और प्रश्न है आपसे, मैं साथ साथ लिख भी रहा हूं एज योर स्टूडेंट, तो बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस ऑफ द डिफरेंट कंट्रीज टू बी अडॉप्टेड, ये मैंने लिख लिया है। अब मैं आपसे एक चीज कहना चाहता हूं। 1947 में भारत, 1947 में भारत आजाद हुआ। उसके बाद हमारी पहली एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आई 1968 में, फिर उसके बाद 86 में आ गई, 92 में कुछ माइनर चेंजेस हुए और उसके बाद अब 2020 में आ गई। हम नालंदा की बात करें, हम तक्षशिला की बात करें, हम विक्रमशिला की बात करें, हम भारत के एक महान इतिहास की बातचीत करें, हम ये भी कहें कि पहली शताब्दी से 15वीं शताब्दी तक यहाँ कोई गरीब नहीं था, कोई भिखारी नहीं था, कोई किसी से रोजगार नहीं मांगता था, सब लोग अपना अपना काम धंधा करते थे और किसी चीज को बड़ा काम और छोटा काम नहीं समझा जाता था। और अब जो माहौल है, बच्चे हमसे बहुत दूर चले गए हैं, बच्चे हमसे बहुत दूर चले गए इन द सेंस आज वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड में है, मोबाइल फोन पर है, सोशल मीडिया में है। आप उनके साथ ट्रेन में सफर कीजिए, आप फ्लाइट में सफर कीजिए, आप बस में सफर कीजिए, वो आपसे बात नहीं करना चाहेंगे, वो आपके साथ कोई वार्तालाप नहीं करना चाहेंगे। वो अपना मोबाइल में ईयरफोन लगा के, और वो बेसिकली इंटरेस्टेड होंगे अपने आप में, होंगे अपनी दुनिया में, होंगे वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड में, होंगे जिनको वो जानते भी नहीं, जिनसे कभी मिले भी नहीं, उनके साथ वो उन्हीं की फोटो देख के खुश होते हैं, उन्हीं की फोटो देख के नाराज होते हैं, उन्हीं की फोटो से उनका प्रभाव, स्वभाव, सब चीजें आती है। और यहां तक कि एक बहुत बहुत खूबसूरत मूवी आई है जो सभी बच्चों को, सभी अध्यापकों को, सभी टीचर को, सबको देखनी चाहिए, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड द सोशल डायलेमा। और इस मूवी को देखने के बाद आपको समझ आ जाएगी, 1 घंटा 26 मिनट की मूवी है, कि मार्केटिंग कैसे हो रही है आपके ब्रेन के ऊपर। कि अगर ये पता लगे कि MM गोयल साहब सुबह इतने बजे उठते हैं, इतने बजे वॉक करने जाते हैं, इतने बजे अपनी पूजा करते हैं, जब ये वॉक करने जाते हैं तो इस पैटर्न का म्यूजिक बजाते हैं, जब ये आते हैं भक्ति करते हैं तो भगवान का ये भजन करते हैं, उसके बाद ये 9 बजे एक मोटिवेशनल टॉक लगाते हैं, जब ये अपना ब्लॉग लिखते हैं तो इस तरीके का म्यूजिक लगाते हैं। आपकी लाइफ का एक पैटर्न उनके पास आ जाएगा और वो आस्ता आस्ता आपके पैटर्न को देखकर आपको प्रभावित करेंगे और आप अपने मोबाइल को देखने पे मजबूर हो जाएंगे। क्योंकि अगर 9 बजे आप ब्रेकफास्ट करते हुए कि इंस्ट्रूमेंटल म्यूजिक सुनते हैं तो 9 बजे इंस्ट्रूमेंटल म्यूजिक के 5 ऑप्शन आपके पास आ जाएंगे। दूसरा, जब आप फ्री इंटरनेट, फ्री व्हाट्सएप, फ्री इंस्टाग्राम, फ्री फेसबुक ये सब चीजें कर रहे हैं, अब युवा पीढ़ी को वापस आप कैसे लेके आएंगे, कैसे करेंगे, मुझे वो बताइए प्रैक्टिकल पार्ट। हम जितनी मर्जी बातचीत कर लें, जो मर्जी कहें, मेरा अंतर्द्वंद 400 वेबिनार करने के बाद आज सबसे बड़ी मुश्किल ये है, क्या हमने कभी ये जानने की कोशिश की कि आज की युवा पीढ़ी क्या चाहती है, आज की युवा पीढ़ी क्या सोचती है, आज की युवा पीढ़ी कहां जा रही है, उसके लिए क्या करूं, मुझे वो बताइए।
शर्मा जी, आपने ये प्रश्न कल भी किया था, कल मैं वेबिनार अटेंड कर रहा था और मैं ईमानदारी के साथ आपको बताऊं कि मैं टीचर्स फैमिली से बिलोंग करता हूं।
हाँ जी।
मेरे ग्रैंडफादर भी टीचर थे,
हाँ
मेरे
जी।
फादर भी टीचर थे,
हाँ
मैं
जी।
भी टीचर हूं, मेरी वाइफ भी टीचर है, मेरी
अच्छा।
डॉटर भी टीचर है।
अरे अरे
तो मैं टीचर्स के लिए भी एड्रेस किया करता हूं। परसों मैंने अपनी कुरुक्षेत्र यूनिवर्सिटी में टीचर्स के लिए एक भाषण दिया था, एक्सेलेंस मॉडल्स फॉर टीचर्स इन चेंजिंग इकोनॉमिक सिनेरियो।
ये हम आपका अलग से किसी दिन रिकॉर्ड करेंगे, इस प्रोग्राम को भी लेकर चलेंगे।
कर लेंगे, नो प्रॉब्लम।
ठीक है।
यहाँ मैं, आपने जो प्रश्न किया,
हाँ।
तो मेरा ये मानना है कि इसके लिए मैं जिम्मेवार हूं एक टीचर के तौर पर।
हाँ, यही बात दीवान साहब ने भी कही थी कल।
एक इवेंट जो है 2016 में हुआ था, क्राइम हुआ था दिल्ली में, सारे देश को पता है, सारे देश की जनता सड़कों पर आई थी। उस दिन मैंने अपने फेसबुक पे लिखा था, लेट मी बी हैंग्ड फॉर कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एंड कलेक्टिव गिल्ट एज ए टीचर एंड पेरेंट। वी हैव मिजरेबली फेल्ड in educating our children. We are basically spiritually bankrupt and we are going in for education which is merely commercialization of education. शर्मा जी, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के ऊपर भी अगर चाहो तो मैं आपसे अलग से चर्चा कर सकता हूं, लेकिन आज मैं आपसे एक बात शेयर कर रहा हूं कि मेरे देश के नेताओं ने, मेरे देश के पॉलिसी मेकर्स ने जब ये नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी बनाई, कि ये प्रश्न पूछ रहा हूं मैं आपके माध्यम से, क्या उन्होंने नेशनल यूथ पॉलिसी 2014 को कंसीडर किया? अगर आप युवाओं से अपेक्षा करते हैं कि वो अपने देश की अर्थव्यवस्था के लिए कोई योगदान करें, तो क्या हमने इस नई शिक्षा नीति में नेशनल यूथ पॉलिसी 2014 को लागू किया है, अपनाया है? मैं आपके सामने ब्लंटली कह रहा हूं कि मेरे देश के नेताओं ने ना इस पॉलिसी को पढ़ा है और ना ही इसको अडॉप्ट किया है। इसमें एक गंभीर बात जो मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहूंगा वो है इन्वॉल्विंग यूथ इनटू डेमोक्रेसी एंड गवर्नेंस। मेरे मानने से मेरे देश की डेमोक्रेसी एक वीकनेस है। अगर आप किसी भी इलेक्शन की चर्चा करें, इवन 2019 के बाद के इलेक्शंस की भी, वोटिंग रेट 50 to 60% है। इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि मेरे देश का युवा कम से कम 35% 40% वो वोट डालने नहीं जाता, उसको वोटिंग राइट का महत्व नहीं पता है। और हमने इस नेशनल यूथ पॉलिसी 2014 में जो मैंडेट था, जिसमें हमें युवाओं को डेमोक्रेसी और गवर्नेंस में इन्वॉल्व करना चाहिए, उसको हम भूल गए। मैं रादर अपने स्टूडेंट्स को मोटिवेट करता हूं, लेट अस एक्सेप्ट पॉलिटिक्स एज ए कैरियर। हम पॉलिटिक्स को बुरा कहते हैं, इसको डर्टी गेम कहते हैं, लेकिन क्या युवाओं को राजनीति में आने के मौके मिल रहे हैं? मैं डायरेक्टर राजीव गांधी नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ यूथ डेवलपमेंट रहा हूं। वहां मैंने एक रादर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट डिप्लोमा भी स्टार्ट किया था इन पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप एंड मैनेजमेंट। तो युवाओं को जो आज कोई कैरियर नजर नहीं आता, कोई जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज नजर नहीं आती, इस परिप्रेक्ष्य में हमें चिंतन करना होगा। जहां तक इस नई एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में हमने कुछ प्रावधान किए हैं, जैसे एक प्रावधान है कि 1 साल की शिक्षा के बाद आपको सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा, 2 साल के बाद डिप्लोमा मिलेगा, 3 साल के बाद डिग्री मिल जाएगी, और अगर आपको ग्रेजुएशन करना है तो उसके लिए रिसर्च डिग्री 4 साल में मिलेगी। इसको कैसे क्या इंटरप्रेट करते हैं शर्मा जी आप? मेरा ये मानना है, ये हमारा सेल्फ कन्फेशन है कि हम अपने एजुकेटेड यूथ को, जो आप जैसे कह रहे थे वो वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड में है, वो केयरलेस भी है, यूजलेस भी है, उसको हम कैसे केयरफुल और यूजफुल बढ़ाए।
उसको दुनियादारी का पता ही नहीं है।
वो देखिए ना, अब एक साल जो खराब करके कॉलेज में चला जाएगा, वो सर्टिफिकेट लेके चला जाएगा, उससे क्या निकालेगा? क्या उससे उसकी एम्प्लॉयमेंट लग जाएगी? 2 साल बाद डिप्लोमा लेके जाएगा, क्या उससे उसको रोजगार मिल जाएगा? ये गंभीरता
लेकिन यहाँ पर एक और प्रश्न भी है, वो मैं अलग से फिर न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी पे आपके साथ चर्चा करूंगा। यहाँ पर एक और प्रश्न भी है, जो कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर है वो ये कह रहा है कि जो शिक्षा आप दे रहे हैं, जो आप कॉलेज में पढ़ा रहे हैं या यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ा रहे हैं, वो तो मेरे किसी काम की नहीं है। जिस कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर ने जॉब देना है वो ये कह रहा है। तो क्या हमें ऐसा नहीं लगता कि हमारे एजुकेशन प्रणाली में और कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में कहीं बीच में गैप है? अगर उस गैप को उस गैप को फिल क्यों नहीं करते हम? क्यों नहीं करते?
मैं रिपीटेडली ये बात कहता रहा हूँ, अगर हम अपने टीचर्स को भी और अपने स्टूडेंट्स को भी स्पिरिचुअल ट्रेनिंग दे देने लग जाएं और उनके इमोशनल कोशेंट को बढ़ा दें, मेरा ये मानना है कि विदेशों में जो भी हमारे लोग रह रहे हैं, वो ना तो कोई गरीब है ना बेरोजगार है। मेरा ये मानना है एक अर्थशास्त्री के तौर पर, गरीबी और बेरोजगारी की समस्या भारतीयों के लिए भारत में ही है। किसी भी भारतीय को जब मौका मिलता है बाहर जाकर के काम करने का, रोजगार के अवसर उसको मिलते हैं। क्यों मिलते हैं? क्योंकि विदेशी कंपनियां, मल्टीनेशनल कंपनियां भारतीयों को एक हायर इमोशनल कोशेंट वाला मानते हैं, ऑनेस्ट मानते हैं। मेरे पास कुछ आंकड़े भी मिलेंगे, मैंने एक स्टडी पढ़ी थी जिसमें वो भारतीयों को मल्टीनेशनल कंपनी में क्यों प्रेफर करते हैं, क्योंकि उनका इमोशनल कोशेंट हायर है इन कंपैरिजन टू अदर मैन पावर। तो वास्तव में अगर देखा जाए, मेरा ये मानना है कि वर्तमान समय में स्पिरिचुअल बैंक्रप्सी एंड कमर्शियलाइजेशन ऑफ एजुकेशन
कनेक्शन में कई प्रॉब्लम है। तो इसी के साथ हम आज करते हैं। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। आपके साथ अलग से एक अगला प्रोग्राम करेंगे। इंटरनेट कनेक्शन आपका थोड़ा अनस्टेबल है, तो कोई बात नहीं, नो प्रॉब्लम। हम आपके साथ बहुत सारे विचार करने हैं, बहुत सारी चर्चा करनी है। जो आपने कुरुक्षेत्र यूनिवर्सिटी में कार्यक्रम किया, उसका टाइटल क्या बताया था आपने?
एक्सीलेंस मॉडल्स फॉर टीचर्स।
अच्छा, एक्सीलेंस मॉडल फॉर टीचर्स, ठीक है।
चेंजिंग इकोनॉमिक सिनेरियो पोस्ट
ठीक है जी, ये आप मुझे जरा व्हाट्सएप कीजिएगा। इस प्रोग्राम को हम लेकर चलेंगे, इसको एक प्रोग्राम अलग से करेंगे न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के बारे में जो आप कहना चाहते हैं और यूथ को लेकर। आई वुड बी वेरी कीन दैट वी शुड हैव अ सेपरेट प्रोग्राम ऑन दैट ऑल्सो। आपके ये 2 कार्यक्रम हम लेकर चलेंगे। और आज के कार्यक्रम के लिए आपका अपना समय निकालना, इस प्रोग्राम के लिए आना, उसके लिए हम आपके बहुत बहुत आभारी हैं। और ये प्रोग्राम जितने हमारे भाई बहन पूरे देश विदेश में जहां जहां इसको देख रहे हैं, देखिए हमारा एक ही प्रयास है। मैंने तो अपनी लाइफ डेडिकेट कर दी है, पूरे की पूरी डेडिकेट कर दी है। आई एम जस्ट कीन दैट एजुकेशन टू बी एम्पावर्ड, नथिंग एल्स, एजुकेशन टू बी एम्पावर्ड। तो हम सब लोग इस प्रयास में सब इकट्ठे हैं और सब इसको आगे लेकर चल रहे हैं। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ प्रोफेसर MM गोयल जी का बहुत बहुत हार्दिक धन्यवाद और हम बहुत जल्द इनसे फिर मिलेंगे।